Coming up on West Side Stories, the coronavirus epidemic continues to develop. We look into understanding the virus and the preventative measures West Michigan is taking.
Plus, Grand Valley students are talking about the abortion rights debate in an event hoping to educate students on both sides of the issue.
And recreational marijuana is now legal in Michigan, but how accessible is it on the west side of the state? All that and more next on West Side Stories.
West Side Stories is produced by students from the Multimedia Journalism program at Grand Valley State University. Support also comes from the School of Communications, inspiring thought, perfecting practice.
Welcome to West Side Stories. I'm Sean DeWard.
And I'm Katie Myers.
New revelations about the coronavirus continue to appear on a daily basis, from Chinese officials who held back early news of the virus to conflicting reports on how easy it is to contract the illness. To start our show today, West Side Stories reporter Leah Kerr brings us a special report on the epidemic.
Our report will also look into this year's flu epidemic. Here's what you need to know about these viruses and how to protect yourself.
The coronavirus outbreak began in Wuhan, China in late December. According to the World Health Organization, it has since spread to at least 10 other countries. More than 75,000 cases and over 2,000 dead. It's a pandemic. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention says the coronavirus is not spreading in the U.S. While 15 confirmed cases have been reported, all but 2 involve travel to China. The CDC says people get the virus through close human contact. A sick person coughs, tiny droplets travel through the air, and another person inhales the virus. Some infected droplets land on surfaces like countertops. Recent research suggests some viruses can live up to 9 days. So, disinfecting countertops, doorknobs, and even your phone is a good idea. The WHO also recommends maintaining your distance from others, at least 3 feet from another person. And you should avoid touching your face with unwashed hands. With all this concern about the coronavirus, there may be a more significant threat to your health: the flu. This is especially true of young children and older people. The CDC says the dominant strain of the flu this year is particularly dangerous. Already, 92 children in the U.S. have died from the illness this flu season, and flu cases in the U.S. are, even now, on the rise. The good news is that, unlike the coronavirus, you can still get a flu shot. We stopped by the GVSU Health Center at Grand Valley State University to find out more about flu shots, and whether or not it's still worth getting one. Mary Jo Maidama is a registered nurse at the GVSU Health Center. Maidama says that getting a flu shot may save you from getting seriously sick.
If you've ever had influenza, true influenza, it's miserable, and the complications can be significant. Pneumonia, loss of wages from work, missed classes in school, and so the benefits are to protect our health.
A common misconception surrounding the issue of flu vaccinations is the belief that the flu shot will cause a person to contract the flu virus, something Maidama says is simply not true.
It's a valid concern because a lot of people just don't understand, and they think that a flu vaccine is you're probably giving them a bit of the virus. So we answer that question every day, and what we say is this is an inactivated virus, so you cannot get the flu from this vaccine. However, because we're challenging your immune system with an antigen, your body's immune response can cause low-grade fever, maybe a little bit of achiness, maybe feeling like you're coming down with something, and that's what we expect because we want your body to recognize that virus should you see it.
Maidama says there are some simple things you can do to reduce your chances of getting the flu, like staying away from sick people and washing your hands.
One of the biggest ways, I think, is just good hand washing. Honestly, we don't wash our hands enough when you think of everything that we come in contact to throughout the day, especially doorknobs and lunchrooms and bathroom facilities.
According to the CDC, you should get a flu shot, stay at home if you're sick, cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing, and get plenty of sleep. For West Side Stories, I'm Leah Kerr.
It sounds simple, but the best way to protect yourself from getting sick is to wash your hands often. For the very latest updates on the coronavirus, go to cdc.gov.
The abortion rights debate is taking center stage again at GVSU. Protect Life, a pro-life group on Grand Valley State University's campus, recently brought an event to campus that still has students talking. Autumn Babis has more on the story.
Abortion remains a controversial topic in America. According to the Pew Research Center, there is a substantial and growing divide on abortion. But there have been recent efforts to bridge the divide. At Grand Valley State University, a student group, Protect Life, put on an event called Stump the Pro-Lifer in the Kirchhoff Center on their campus. This group takes a strong stand against abortion. Protect Life Michigan has been putting on the event at every college in Michigan for the past 4 years.
I'm pro-life. I believe that all human beings have equal rights. I believe that it's wrong to intentionally kill an innocent human being.
That was Sarah Rimillard, the co-president of Protect Life at Grand Valley State University. Rimillard is looking for ways to make a change on her campus and saw Stump the Pro-Lifer as the perfect opportunity. Protect Life Michigan says Stump the Pro-Lifer strives to spread the message and reality of abortion while also fighting for it to be illegal.
We come to realize there are some differences between us or a toddler and the unborn child. However, those differences, though real as they are not morally impactful to the value of that organism. They don't allow us to kill someone else.
According to Polo and Protect Life Michigan, about 920,000 abortions are performed in the United States each year. But the Guttmacher Institute, a research group that supports abortion rights, says abortions are at a historic low.
I am definitely pro-choice. I think that whenever it comes to pregnancy, a lot of decisions go into it. I'm the product of teen pregnancy, so I don't think that anyone should ever be forced to go through that when they don't want to.
Protect Life at Grand Valley State University brings awareness to abortion and their concerns through projects they do on campus.
So we host a couple bigger events on campus like Stump the Pro-Lifer. We also do Cemetery of the Innocents. So the Cemetery of the Innocents is a memorial for those who have lost their lives to abortion. There are 927 flags in the display, and each flag represents 1,000 lives lost to abortion in America alone.
Although there are some restrictions, abortion is still legal in all 50 states. Reproductive rights experts anticipate the abortion landscape to change even more dramatically in the year ahead due to expected court rulings and new laws. Republican-led states emboldened by the Supreme Court's new conservative majority passed 59 abortion restrictions in 2019.
I don't think that Trump has a right to put more restrictions or less restrictions per se. I don't think it's anyone's choice, but whoever's carrying the baby.
Alexis Gunn is reacting to the legislation that some states have successfully implemented 20-week abortion bans. Other states have enacted laws that prohibit or limit abortion in the second or third trimester. Restrictions depend on the state. This being said, abortion is not abolished yet because of Roe v. Wade, the 1973 Supreme Court decision that protects a woman's right to have an abortion. But now, more than 200 Republican members of the House and Senate are fighting it. In January, these representatives and senators wrote a brief in a court case arguing that it's time to overturn Roe v. Wade since it's been standing for 47 years. The Supreme Court did not overturn. But that's not stopping Rimillard.
Our goal at Protect Life at GVSU is to make abortion not only illegal, but unthinkable. And we accomplish this through engaging in dialogue on campus. The other side does care about women, does care about children. We can't demonize the other side. We should come together and talk to them about all of our concerns.
Protect Life Michigan and Protect Life at Grand Valley continue to push for abortion to be completely at any stage illegal. Protect Life Michigan's mission is to end abortion by recruiting and training students for pro-life leadership. Director of Protect Life Michigan, Kristen Polo, says Stump the Pro-Lifer welcomes the opposing side and opens the floor for discussion.
As I want a secular answer to what makes a human more special.
What gives us that value? It must be something that we all have And it must be something that we all share equally. The only thing that we all have and that we all share equally is that we are human. The field of embryology, they observe that the unborn from the moment of conception is growing, is reproducing at a cellular level, and it has a metabolism, it's consuming energy. These are things that biologically alive things do.
Pro-choice advocates like Gunn also spoke out about their opinion on the issue with rape cases using statistics from the Centers for Disease and Control Prevention.
So it's 1 in 3 women that are raped or sexually assaulted. Unfortunately, I am one of them, and whenever I went through that, I couldn't imagine that if I were also pregnant.
Gunn is not alone. According to a recent study, more than 1 in 4 female college students have experienced sexual assault. Some of these assaults lead to unwanted pregnancies. According to state figures, the majority of women who get an abortion are in their 20s. Some of these women go to clinics like this. Heritage, a clinic for women that has been providing abortion care since 1973.
So there are actually very few abortion clinics. A lot of people have to travel a great distance. Most Planned Parenthoods don't even offer it, and still we see these protesters harassing people going to Planned Parenthood for something like a pap smear.
Currently, there are no pro-choice groups on Grand Valley's campus, but that may change.
I definitely think if we have a pro-life group, then I imagine that if a pro-choice group isn't on campus, then there's definitely about to be one.
Stump the Pro-Lifer is continuing to be held at colleges and universities in Michigan and surrounding states. Both sides are continuing the conversation. In Grand Rapids, I'm Autumn Babis.
For more information on Protect Life Michigan, you can go to their website, protectlifemi.org. For more information on the pro-choice movement, go to plannedparenthood.org.
According to the New York Times, the spread of the coronavirus seems to be slowing, but not before many Chinese New Year celebrations were canceled. So here in Michigan, GVSU's Asian New Year celebration took on a special meaning. Here's Molly Wagner with the story.
We forgive everyone who we have like anger against, or we're holding revenge against them. This is when we let go of it. This is when we renew ourselves. So it's a new year, new start for everyone.
That was Anthony Tron. He helped organize this year's Asian New Year Festival. It's a colorful event. There's dancing, dragons, and great food. According to Asian Student Union member Long Ho, it's a celebration that's literally for everyone.
Because we are an Asian inclusive organization, we use it to celebrate all the culture all the Asian culture that is on the campus as well in the Grand Rapids community.
The Asian Student Union provided a buffet that featured dishes from all over Asia, and as you can tell, it's a big hit with students.
Totally, I like the whole food. Not specifically any item, but I like the whole food.
This year's festival featured a traditional lion dance. This dance is meant to bring good luck and fortune in many Asian cultures. Asian Student Union Activities Coordinator Anthony Tron says the community aspect of the festival makes the stress and planning all worth it.
I see all these people inside the venue here and go like, we're here as a community, we're here celebrating as a community.
In addition to traditional cuisine and the lion dance, the festival featured a raffle and fashion show. President Casey Wen emphasizes the work that goes into preparing the dances showcased at the festival.
Once the semester started, we started practicing. And so we practice every day for just that, for that 5-10 minute dance.
Students perform traditional Asian dances. The Michigan State University dance troupe Control A performed a routine that blended traditional and modern styles. Tron says his favorite part of the celebration is the tradition attached to the special red envelopes.
A younger generation would come up and go, hi, I wish you long life, good wealth, and then longevity and good health for the whole entire year. And from that, the elders will give the children red envelopes, depending how well they know them. Sometimes $100, sometimes $20, just depends on the relation with the elder.
According to Chinese legends, the red of the envelopes symbolizes luck and wards off evil spirits.
They take 5 days off from Thursday to Tuesday. That whole time is off just to celebrate the whole entire new year. So here, what we have is a lot smaller scale, but just a simple Google search of just Orange County Chinese New Year, you can see all the things that are going on over there.
Cities with large Asian populations across the U.S., such as Orange County, California, held massive celebrations for the Lunar New Year. The traditional lion dance is performed at a much larger scale at these festivals. The spread of the coronavirus in China has made it difficult for the Chinese to celebrate the Lunar New Year. The coronavirus epidemic has severely limited the celebrations as entire cities were placed under quarantine. Ho says that the fear over the virus has had harmful impacts on Asian American communities.
While this is a serious issue, we should not panic and be chaotic about everything and insult other people. That at this point, it is not good for anybody to be in this situation. The best we can do is just support each other while also be cautious and do all the sanitary protection needed.
According to Reuters, there are reports of Asian Americans being discriminated against for having the virus. Ho says that this discrimination does nothing to help the issue. He emphasizes the need for community and support during this time. That sense of community was certainly on display at GVSU.
In Allendale, I'm Molly Wagner.
To attend more events by the Asian Student Union, you can visit their Facebook page.
2 years ago, Proposal 1 made history. Recreational marijuana is now legal in Michigan, but can you buy it? Reporter Zach Goodrow says yes, but it's not easy. On the west side of the state, there's just one place you can go, Muskegon.
Oh, I enjoy it. Yeah? I enjoy it, always has. And as an added bonus, it takes the pain away.
Right. After 2 long years of work, Park Place Provisionary's doors are finally open. Anyone 21 and older can now legally buy marijuana.
Everyone has to show ID. They have to prove that they're 21 and up. So whether that's with a driver's license, a state ID, a passport, it has to be something government official. So if they have their carry and conceal, that one counts, any government ID.
After coming into the store, the front desk scans customers' IDs. Then customers wait in the lobby area. Soon the doors to the shop will open and customers can look at products.
We do scan LIDs, just that goes into our database to show that their name's in our queue.
Park Place is the first recreational dispensary to open up on the west side of Michigan. There are several other dispensaries who have applied to be open, but the process might take years. It wasn't easy for Park Place to open its doors, however. The store faced many challenges to finally get business started. They also found challenges in getting a steady supply for customers.
Hard time establishing a supply chain. It was hard to get a hold of people. It was hard to make contacts because the system is so new. There was no established method of contacting. Now they have a program called LeafLink where people post like what's available and you can more easily obtain supplies.
With LeafLink, Park Place now has a steady supply of products. They sell grams of marijuana for $22 and 1/8 of an ounce for $60. They have 9 different strains of marijuana in the store. Bud tenders help customers know about what each strain will do to them.
A sativa is going to be more of a head high. It's going to be giving uplifting, energetic, euphoric, sometimes creative for people, help them focus. Where an indica is going to be more of a body high, relaxing, help with pain relief, sleep aids, things like that. There's an old saying that's sativa clean the house, indica in the couch. So that's an easy way for people to kind of remember things.
Michigan caps THC, the main ingredient in marijuana that gives a high feeling, to 20% for customers who are first-time users and haven't used the products in years for a better experience.
The higher THC percentages they're not used to. We get a lot of people coming in that haven't smoked in like 30 years. So the lower THC percentages are definitely a way for them to go. Same thing with like the milligram dosages in edibles, so that nobody's taking too much of something that they shouldn't be.
There are many first-time users that come into Park Place. Bud tenders are there to tell customers how to use the marijuana correctly and how to avoid bad situations or cause anxiety.
Smoking, a lot of times it's the sativa dominant that causes the anxiety, so something that's going to have a heavy indica or a hybrid that's an indica dominant, just for that body high that's not going to get your head too much.
Some first-time users do have a bad experience.
That was my first time, taking a whole lot. I didn't want to do it again. Now I smoke every day, all day.
Those bad first experiences can later be followed by great ones. Park Place offers a large variety of products to purchase. That means if a customer did not enjoy one, they can always try something different.
I got something I'm trying new called Dab, which you're grinning like you know what it is. And then I just got regular old green marijuana leaf.
Right.
With marijuana now legal in Michigan, people are coming to Park Place to try out new products. The store has been very busy since its opening and has seen a variety of customers.
Well, I never thought I'd see the day that it happened, but I'm glad it did. And so long as it's not abused and it brings in funds to aid the community, I'm all for it.
Marijuana users, old and new, are coming to Park Place Provisionary to see what the fuss is about. From Muskegon, Michigan, I'm Zach Goodrow.
Grand Rapids will be accepting recreational marijuana dispensary applications starting April 20th.
You litter your mind with what ifs. Wonder if America does what it does best. Made another black boy vanish. Fed him to God.
Now I sing truth against my brown skin. Make valid my hopes, my dreams. Tell myself that I am beautiful, that I am worthy.
Fable the poet. Bryce, how you doing, man?
I'm doing really well.
Yeah.
Just keeping busy and trying to do as much as I possibly can.
Okay, definitely. You have a very important piece called An Open Letter to Grand Rapids. Tell us about that piece, how that came to be.
I think the reason that piece is important to me and what it does for me, and I feel like the way that I can aid the community by reading that piece, is there's a lot of different issues that are going on that people know about, but I feel like people don't zoom out and see the big picture. For example, there's a lot of people that are passionate about environmentalism and the things going on around us, but a lot of people don't realize, all right, who are the people that are creating these issues? And realize that the people who are suffering from those creating these issues do not look like the people creating the problem. And I feel like that piece addresses things that aren't talked about enough.
Okay. So at the end of the day, what do you want to be said for you, who you are as Marcel Price, but also as Fable the poet?
I hope that I just continue to build things that live longer than myself. To build things that other people could use for years and years and years down the road, and that people continue to see as valuable and helpful, and continue to lift up artists so that they can go way farther than I ever did.
How do you get the chance to meet celebrities and get paid to spend time with them? Reporter Claudia Sella has the answer in our next story.
My particular path was unusual and kind of rough and tumble.
Photographer and filmmaker Brian Kelly's journey to success may have been rough and tumble, but when it came to his career, he would quite literally shoot for the stars. Whether it be stars on the football field like Tim Tebow, or stars from his home state like Eminem, or even stars from the silver screen, these are just a few of the many faces Kelly has captured throughout his career.
Speeding.
I sat down with Kelly at his Grand Rapids studio as he shared how he became the man behind the camera.
I didn't really like shooting portraiture, which seems crazy now if you look at what I do.
Crazy considering his portfolio is full of celebrities, comedians, and CEOs. But before shooting celebrities, Kelly often found himself capturing his hometown.
I've always been photographing the city, and that's how I first started, was just photographing Grand Rapids at night.
Fast forward 22 years, Kelly now shoots for some of the biggest names around. It's an intense experience working on high-stakes photo shoots, but Kelly says he thrives on it.
My favorite shoots to do are, I think, with well-known people, and I don't mean like necessarily celebrities, but like CEOs or people where the stakes are really high. You don't have a lot of time with them. You have to do a lot of prep. And then, you know, those are images where you're trying to take all the skills you've learned for 20 years and pack them into like a 5-minute shoot where, you know, you may not ever have an encounter with that person again.
Kelly also appreciates the recognition he receives when photographing well-known people.
It's also really nice when the audience that sees your images knows who that person is, and that's a cool way to share your work.
So how does he capture the perfect portrait? Kelly says it all comes down to his approach and technique.
When I have an opportunity to photograph somebody, I'm looking not just to take a very similar photo that I've seen of them 1,000 times. How can I make a well-known face bring something unique to my lighting that makes the audience perceive them differently and go, wow, I've never seen them look quite like that.
Although most of his work is with celebrities who live in cities like New York and LA, Kelly has decided to stay in West Michigan. His studio, Brian Kelly Productions, is even located in Grand Rapids, where it all began.
I love this community. I love the people here. I want to give back as much as I can. I shoot nonprofit work when I can.
Kelly enjoys serving his community and is involved in many local projects like Art Prize. He hopes to not only capture those within the community making a difference, but to make a difference himself.
It is part of like who I want to be and who I am just as a person, that you can to represent your community in a way that people think that must be a cool place to live.
Though Brian Kelly has a successful career, he's a man who likes to give back, a man who remembers his roots, and a man that encourages others to stay the course, even if the road is tough. In Grand Rapids, I'm Claudia Sella.
If you want to check out this Grand Rapids native's work, go to briankellyphoto.net.
That's all the time we have for this episode of West Side Stories. I'm Sean DeWard.
And I'm Katie Myers. Thanks for watching. See you next week.
West Side Stories is produced by students from the Multimedia Journalism program at Grand Valley State University. Support also comes from the School of Communications, inspiring thought, perfecting practice.